What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Slade's the place for you!
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Coralville, Iowa, the home of the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships inside the beautiful Extreme Arena as we get set to move into Class 4A. It is the number 3 seeded Cedar Rapids Xavier Saints taking on the 6th-seeded Lewis Central Titans. Welcome inside the arena. Xavier Negastal and Molly Geis with you this evening as we get set. There's been a lot of really good volleyball being played on this court today, which has pushed us a little bit behind, but these two teams, they're well warmed up and ready to go for this one.
Yeah, it gets to be a long day for some of these teams, too, like Council Bluffs, Lewis Central, left this morning, long drive, and then to be delayed a little bit, and you warm up and wait, and so I bet they're ready to get going.
240 miles from their home school, Lewis Central is here to the Extreme Arena. 31 miles for the Cedar Rapids Saints, the Xavier Saints, the defending Class 4A champions. And let's take a look at how these two teams got here. First of all, with the defending champions and the 3 seed, that is Cedar Rapids Xavier. 24-6 on the year. They defeated Waverly Shell Rock in the Region 5 championship. And, of course, the key to that team last year, the all-tournament team captain, Libby Vandell. She's back again. 4, almost 5 kills per set. It's the best in Class 4A. And then you got Molly Garrison, who has done a lot of great things as a setter this year. She's 3rd in Class 4A. Flip on the other side to Lewis Central. They've only lost twice this year. Both of their losses come to state tournament teams. In 5A, Ankeny Centennial, they're a semifinal team. And Hinton in Class 2A, very good team as well. We'll see play tomorrow. Only 2 losses for Lewis Central. Region 1 champions defeated Bishop Heelan. They kind of got that Bishop Heelan off their back, but they lost to Bishop Heelan the previous 2 years. Last year in the regional semifinals, able to get past Heelan this year and move on to state. Of course, you've got Brooke Larson, who leads the team in kills, 261, and along with aces with 54 this year. Looking at these two teams, going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, and like you said, with Lewis Central, they defeated Bishop Heelan, and they've had some struggles in getting to state in the past years, and so will be fun to see how they respond. You know, clearly they overcame that battle, and so now they're facing the defending state champs, and it'll be fun to see how they compete here.
Yeah, Coach Mike Bond, they've been so close to getting back here. First time Lewis Central is here at state since 2017. They were regional finalists in 18, 19, 20, and 21. And then I mentioned last year in 2022, they lost to Heelan in the semifinals, but man, they've just been right on the cusp since their last tournament run in 2017, and they're finally back here at the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships. We'll take our first break. We'll come back. We're getting set. Starting lineups are coming up here in just a few minutes from the Extreme Arena in Coralville. It's the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the digital network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Thanks for joining us for the 2023 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Volleyball Championship. We hope you are enjoying the competitive action on the court, and we are excited to have President Brent Johnson of the Iowa Farm Bureau here to talk to us about the relationship between Iowa Farm Bureau and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Thanks for joining us, Brent. We want to tell the viewers about Iowa Farm Bureau and the support for the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. So, Brent, why does Iowa Farm Bureau invest in both the Iowa Girl and our state tournaments?
Yeah, we're absolutely excited to be a part of the volleyball tournament again now. It's been 18 years that we've partnered together, and it really allows us to showcase the hard work, dedication, and excellence that all these girls put into their sport and their craft. We couldn't be more proud to partner with the Girls Union and now in 18 years with the volleyball tournament and really supporting these kids, these girls that have worked so hard through the years and the decades, honing their craft and playing the sport that they absolutely love. You know, the time and dedication that these kids have put into their sport is absolutely phenomenal, and we're proud to be a part of that sponsorship and part of this collaboration. And you know, these kids, they're not only good on the courts, but they're good in the classrooms too, and they're amongst our nation's brightest and their best.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Brent, for joining us, and thank you, Farm Bureau, for your support of the Iowa Girl. Back to volleyball.
Back inside the Extreme Arena in Coralville, it's the Class 4A quarterfinal matchup between the number 3 seed Cedar Rapids Xavier Saints and the number 6 seed Lewis Central Titans. We talked about Lewis Central back at the state tournament for the first time since 2017. Now it's Cedar Rapids Xavier. They're the defending Class 4A champions. They're coming back in, but only 3 pieces from that team returned this year, and you have a new coach as Austin Filer decided to step away from the program after last year's state championship. Kind of went out with that bang last year, focusing on his full-time job, which is the men's volleyball coach at Mount Mercy University. And you know, I was reading through his article with the Cedar Rapids Gazette, and one of the other things that he mentioned is, you know, he's ready to start a family, and just so many things going on. 7 years with 214 and 45 in 7 years here. Couple of state titles, and now makes way, and it's time for Amy Weiland to come in, and she's got the Saints back here at state.
Yeah, and I know she attended Xavier and played volleyball there. They've got a lot of familiar faces. I believe her mom coaches with her. Lots of people and she's been a part of the program, just not the varsity coach. So that helps that they're not creating something new. They're going with what they know, and hopefully they feel comfortable here with, especially Libby Fandel being a leader, and she's so good at multiple sports. You and I have had that conversation how she's a great basketball player, great volleyball player, and so they're going to really lean on her, I'm sure.
And this Cedar Rapids Xavier team this year, they played 9 games against state tournament teams. At the other side, for Lewis Central, also played quite a few state tournament teams this year. Both of their losses are to state tournament teams. Ankeny Centennial in Class 5A, Hinton in Class 2A were their only losses. They kind of ran through the Hawkeye 10 to win that conference title. We talked about the win over Bishop Heelan in the regional final. And then, of course, going back on the Saints, you got matchups with Johnston, Cedar Falls, 2 teams in Class 5A. North Scott playing right now. Marion just got done playing North Scott a couple of times. You got Wahlert Catholic, Mount Vernon, Denver, who's always good in Class 2A, Cedar Falls again. So just a packed schedule for both of these 2 teams.
Yeah, and that's how you get comfortable playing in these scenarios, is playing that tough competition. Even though you might get a loss here or there, you learn from your losses. If you just go through the season, constantly winning, you don't face adversity. You don't get to learn who you are as a team.
Absolutely. The theme this year for Cedar Rapids Xavier, the Saints, has been relentless pursuit. They're in pursuit of trying to win a state title again. Their last state title, other than the one they won last year, was in 2020. I mentioned won a couple of state titles there under Coach Austin Filer, 2020, 2022, making their 12th state tournament appearance here in the second time in Coralville. Second time the tournament has been played here. As far as Lewis Central goes, I mentioned 2017, the last time they've been here. They went to the semifinals in 17. They also went to the semifinals in 2015. First appearance in 2003. They're making their 6th appearance here at the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships. With that, let's go downstairs for today's introductions for the 3 seed and the 6 seed here in the Class 4A quarterfinals.
And welcome to tonight's 2023 Girls State Volleyball quarterfinal matchup featuring the Lewis Central Titans and the Cedar Rapids Xavier Saints. Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship and decorum shown by the qualifying schools during the season and state tournament week. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Peyton Leibold of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Student Athlete Advisory Committee will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Lewis Central, Jason Holt. And from Cedar Rapids Xavier, Michelle Garrison. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to enjoy the game. Fans, it's now time to introduce the players in tonight's quarterfinal matchup. First, the non-starters for the Titans of Lewis Central. Number 7, Cami Damgard. Number 8, Madeline Fidone. Number 9, Jordan Matteo. Number 11, Madison Jones. Number 14, Mallory Wohlers. Lewis Central assistant coaches are Lori Thomas, Scott Harrell, and Rochelle Owen. Now for the starters. Number 4, Madeline Osdemore. Number 5, Ashlyn Haverman. Number 6, Haley Erickson. Number 12, Anna Strohmeyer. Number 15, Maddie Rowenfeld. And number 16, Brooke Larson. The libero for the Titans, number 1, Addison Holt. The head coach for Lewis Central is Mike Bond. Now let's meet the Cedar Rapids Xavier Saints. Number 2, Ava Blue. Number 3, Kiki Harbeck. Number 4, Abby Reninga. Number 8, Bryn Lemieux. Number 14, Sierra O'Brien. Number 15, Ava Van Berkom. Number 16, Amelia Miller. And number 18, Evie Kunz. The assistant coaches for the Saints, Dan Tatara, Nancy Oberding, Sam Nielsen-Griggs, and Kira Ball. And now the starters for Cedar Rapids Xavier. Number 9, Taylor Rexroth. Number 10, Carly Younger. Number 12, Molly Garrison. Number 13, Libby Fandel. Number 17, Caitlin Rollinger. Number 19, Ava Turner. And the libero for the Saints, number 11, Carissa Timmerman. Cedar Rapids Xavier is coached by Amy Wieland. The officials for the match are first referee Jill Monell, second referee Maurice Frazier, and line judges Sean Peterson and Jennifer Wick. It's time for state tournament volleyball.
And before we begin today's match, we'd like to once again thank the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, for their support. The Iowa Farm Bureau has an office located in each county across Iowa, and we'd like to thank the offices listed on your screen for their support of the two teams playing in our game today. Thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau, for supporting the IGHSAU and the Iowa Girl. Pottawatomie County, Lynn County represented here. We mentioned Lewis Central, 240 miles from Extreme Arena, but they have traveled well. They will be in the gray uniforms this evening. Cedar Rapids Xavier will be in the navy blue uniforms. Also have a good crowd on hand, and man, oh man, what an excitement to close out our day here in Class 4A, Molly.
It sure has been an exciting day, that's for sure. In quarterfinals, you know, that's when you don't always expect that it's going to be tight matches, and all these teams are just so good, and when you get here, it's kind of a guess who's going to be on and who's going to be the better team every day. Clear Creek Manna, the number one team in Class 4A here, they're the only team that has swept so far today. They beat Norwalk 3-0, otherwise Indianola, the 2-7. The game before this was a 3-2 in favor of Indianola. In Class 5A earlier today, Dowling 3-1. PV wins 3-1. Ankeny Centennial wins 3-2, and Northwest wins 3-1. So just one sweep on the day. It's been great volleyball all day long, and we are expecting that again here between Lewis Central and Cedar Rapids Xavier. It'll be Carly Yonker who will start things off to serve. The junior 5'11" outside hitter has 36 ace serves this year, and we are underway with a great serve but a better return by Lewis Central. First attack now for Xavier, and that will go down. That's her right there. She is her, Libby Fandel. The junior was a sophomore all-tournament team member a year ago. Someone was in the net.
Yeah, was a member in the net for Xavier, so points for Lewis Central. 4A all-tournament team on the basketball team for Fandel. A great year for for Xavier volleyball and basketball. And that one will go straight down as well for Xavier. Rexroth, the junior 5'9", 109th kill of the season for her, and it's 2-1 in favor of Xavier. This will be the libero, Timmerman. She will serve. Lewis Central trying to line something up offensively. Oh, that got down. Likely going to be a touch either way. Maddie Roenfeld with the kill. 6'1" junior. 134 of those this year, and now she'll go back to serve. Funny how that works. You get a big kill, then you're up to serve. And that one hit the antenna. Point for Xavier. Brooke Larson was right on it. She caught the volleyball and pointed at the antenna right away. That'll send Roenfeld back to serve once again here for Lewis Central. Good block and take here by the Titans. Oh, that one's
Big
hit.
Swing.
Yeah, that one's hit well by Larson, the junior.
I was excited to see her play, looking at her stats. She's a right side and I believe a setter.
Yeah, they run a 6-2, yep.
And just fun to see that big swing from a setter / right side.
That block will go out. Point to Xavier as they'll get the side out. And Burkham is in for the Saints. That's an IMT substitution. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. All of our substitutions today brought to you by our friends at IMT. Oh, that one nearly went over on the overpass. It's played by Lewis Central. Back to Xavier now. They'll play it out the block. Battle for it at the net. No. That's Turner, the 6'2" senior in the middle, and she kind of controls the middle of the net when she stands there. She commands respect up front, and she shows it off right there. Senior stands at 6'2". Turner in the middle there for Xavier. Oh, what just
Great
an absolute
spot.
pinpoint accuracy there for Xavier and Brooke Larson.
Yeah, and Coach Bond told me that his players all have a real high volleyball IQ, and that right there clearly points that out, that, it was, her timing for where she expected the ball to be and everything was off, and she thought, well, I need to find a hole, and she knew where it was going to be.
Mike Bond in his 9th season at Lewis Central. Has 27 total years coaching, but has been at Lewis Central for 9 years, over 260 career wins. 242 of those wins have come at Lewis Central. That serve sent a bit long by Xavier.
We talked about Coach Bond and his team having a long travel day, and they really have come out. I mean, they don't look nervous. They don't look tired. They're competing against the defending state champs. I think maybe a little nervous, but they're playing real well for the start of this set.
Right back to Xavier. Yeah, the block has been really well for Lewis Central so far. From the back row. They'll set and over again, and it's down just like that. Sometimes you may notice that on a long travel day on the short volleys, maybe in favor of Lewis Central, but those long ones when you're kind of getting tired and stuff, well, there's a long volley right there in favor of Lewis Central. They're right there. Xavier a little bit out of funk with the offense there, trying to set that one up. Lewis Central can't set anything either. Here comes Xavier, and that's going to be a kill for the Saints. Van Burkham, the junior 5'9" right side, 70th kill of the year for her. And it's back to within a 1-point matchup in favor of Lewis Central, the 6th seed. Oh, wow. Right in the middle, down to Osdemore. In the middle for Lewis Central, Madeline Osdemore. Wears number 4, and she finds the kill there. Holt, the libero, serving. Here comes Xavier now. Blocked. Oh, Titans do a great job of keeping that one up. Block at the net. We have a whistle. Point to Lewis Central as that one got down. And that'll send Holt back to serve once again. 31-2 on the year were these Titans of Lewis Central. Here's Holt. Swing from Havermore. Oh, wow. Doesn't end up in a point, but what a play defensively by Addison Holt. Welcome to the state tournament, young lady. What a great play defensively. First time all these girls have played in the state tournament. 2017, Lewis Central's last trip. And that one's just placed beautifully over the net. Haverman finds that one. IMT's substitution as Haley Erickson is in to serve now. Wears number 6.
Everybody playing very clean volleyball. Only one hitting error between the two teams.
And Erickson, it's in! Just scrapes the back of the court. And it is in for Lewis Central. They lead by 4, their largest. It's 11-7. Mentioned that 6-2 for Lewis Central. Erickson is in. She's serving now, and now she's doing the setting for Lewis Central. And that one's sent long by Haberman. That allows Larson to swing now for Lewis Central. Yonker is in to serve for Xavier. Over by Larson. Larson will keep it alive. She'll bump it to her center, Erickson. Here comes Xavier now. And they find a monster kill out of Libby Fandel, the junior. Talked about Yonker. That name sounds familiar. Riley Yonker was a 4A first-team All-Stater in 2021 for Cedar Rapids Xavier. And the Saints now back to within 1. Erickson does a great job to keep that one up. And now we've got a whistle.
There's not much she could do about that. She had great hustle, but I think she went under the net. So
yeah, it's one of those where she was sliding to get there, and then you're trying to stop your slide, and it's just tough to do so. Erickson will set. And that one's unable to get over by Larson. Mentioned Fandel, first-team All-Stater last year as well. A couple of second-team All-Staters that Xavier is without this year. There's Fandel, she's blocked. Xavier will keep it alive. Erickson will set. We've got a whip. Yep, I thought I heard a whistle, and then I didn't see anybody stop. So I second-guessed myself. There was a net violation. Thought I heard a whistle. Then everybody kept going, which obviously as coaches you probably teach them this. You'd rather than blow a second whistle to stop you than stop when the ball is still live.
Right, exactly. And I think the officials are trying to be 100% sure that they see that net before they call it. So
service error there for the Titans. Xavier leads 13-12. Both teams have led. The largest lead has been held by Lewis Central. Erickson will set. Now it's Xavier. They're going to go to Fandel, and she fans that one straight to the floor.
She's impressive, for sure.
Just a junior, 6 foot. Mentioned how good she is at basketball as well. I'm sure there's teams that would like her to be on their team post high school, but both volleyball coaches and basketball coaches are probably fighting over her.
Yeah, I know her coach had said potentially she was going to be more likely to play Division I basketball, but she's a type of player that I'm sure has been fought for on both ends for sure.
This one's set up. Right back. And Fandol will find another one there for Cedar Rapids Xavier, who now leads by 2. Garrison is in for Xavier. And she is serving. She's the setter. And that's an ace serve with Garrison. Ace serves in today's match are brought to you by Kruger Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit KrugerSeeds.com today. That's KRUGER, seed.com. Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career building programs, and with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships, it's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Central College, sponsor of today's program on the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. We just talked about the ace serve a moment ago for Cedar Rapids Xavier and Molly Garrison. Well, Garrison, after last year's state championship team, she didn't know she was going to be in this position, as also had Xavier on Xavier's state championship team last year. Sydney Huber, who's the setter at Mount Vernon and the #1 setter in Class 3A in assists per set. She was on the Xavier state championship team a year ago, transferred to Mount Vernon, left the door wide open for Garrison, and she is not only taken through that doorway, she is straight kicked that door open, and she has been one of the best setters in Class 4A this year.
You are so good at your history. That's pretty impressive to know all of that.
And now she's back to serve once again here for Xavier. Erickson will set. Harrison sets this one for the Saints. Ball still alive, and it'll be Xavier who will set this one up, and they're just going to free ball it to the Lewis Central side. Oh, what a big block. It's out, though, and it's a point to Lewis Central. So it'll be a kill for Lewis Central. Brooke Larson with a big swing, and the block goes just a bit long.
It's going to be a fun battle between Brooke Larson and Libby Fandel, hitting against each other and having a good block against each other.
Garrison will set this one. Block to the net. Back to Xavier. Vandell sends that one over. And it's down out of the arms of Strohmeyer. Anna Strohmeyer, the senior 5'10" outside hitter. She's able to put a big swing together, put that one through.
And she's one of 4 seniors that have started for 4 years straight. So they've got the experience on varsity and want to do more than just qualify for state.
That's going to be 4 hits against Xavier.
That's one where I would have said keep playing.
Yeah. And the point will go to Lewis Central. It's 16-16 here in this 3 versus 6 matchup. It's been a good one so far, and we are expecting that throughout. Here come the, big block. Great block for Lewis Central. Give that one to Osdemore and Strohmeyer, the junior and the senior. One stands at 5'11", one stands at 5'10". They find the big block there. Good up by
Great
Lewis
save.
Central.
Yeah.
And just a tough one there. As Vandal will find another one. And now she'll go back to serve. Vandal over 390 kills this year. A couple of them already tonight. Oh, just corner pocket back row. Brooke Larson just said, hey, nobody's going to stand there. I'm going to see if I can lay it in there perfectly, and lay it in she does.
That's that volleyball IQ. Both teams have really good volleyball IQ. You get that by just playing, and like I said, competitive matches. You know, it doesn't do you a lot of good to go play teams where you're just going to win super easily. They've played a lot of tough competition, both teams.
Yonker will find the kill there. Carly Yonker, the 5'11 junior, has over 150 kills this year for Cedar Rapids Xavier. Both these two teams, to your point, have played a really good competition. That hit the pin, and there's the call from our line judge in the corner, right on top of things. Looks like North Scott now up 2-1 on ADM. The other Class 4A quarterfinal. That one well played there by Lewis Central. And it's sent long. It turns into a Lewis Central point. That ball had got set pretty deep there, and they were still able to make it work. Addison Holt, the senior libero, 5'9" is what she stands, and she'll send this one over. Taken by the Saints. Blocked the net. Can it be kept alive? And the ice up again for Lewis Central. Talk about a team that is not going to let a ball hit the floor tonight. The Saints will try to kill it. No, it's a block and a point for Lewis Central. They've got the momentum, and they lead 20-19 here in this first set. Timeout called. Timeout by Cedar Rapids Xavier. It's 20-19 in favor of the Lewis Central Titans. Fans, official state tournament merchandise is now available online. Time to get your smartphones out. Just scan the QR code on your screen now or visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. Again, that's IGHSAU.org. And you're kind of pouring over the stats here in this matchup. It's been a good matchup, and I'm sure the stats say exactly that.
Yeah, and Brooke Larson for Lewis Central has 8 kills. She leads all hitters. And Libby Fandel has 6 for Xavier. And I was just going to look at the team stats here. I mean, it's pretty equal, but Xavier does have a few more attack errors, and Lewis Central is just hitting more effectively. And that's kind of happened as of late, since the last time out, basically.
And it'll be Holt, the libero, who will serve for the Lewis Central Titans. Garrison will set. Kept alive now by Xavier. And it's in. The overpass comes over, and it's sent straight back down to the floor as Lewis Central. Haverman finds the kill down there for Lewis Central, and they're fired up as you see them celebrate after that point. And Xavier sends it long, and just like that, Lewis Central back out to a 3-point lead. And now Xavier will use their second and final timeout of set number 1. Few points to go. It is Lewis Central 22, Xavier 19. We'll take a break. We'll come back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville right after this.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, the home of the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Our digital network powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Thanks so much for being along with us for this Class 4A quarterfinal. It is the 6-seeded Lewis Central Titans leading the 3-seeded defending Class 4A champion Xavier Saints. Late in set number 1. Another big block up front. The net presence of Lewis Central has been outstanding tonight.
It really has. And that one was, a block in the middle, but both pins are doing a really good job of pressing to the middle of the court and not getting used. Impressive blocking.
Holt will continue to serve. It's a 23-19 lead for Lewis Central. Can Xavier get a side out they need? Not this time. Here comes the Titans. Blocked by the Saints. Just dumped over. Just dumped over by Brooke Larson, the other setter in the 6-2. Sends it in, and it is now set point for Lewis Central in set number 1.
Brooke Larson is such a smart player. Fun to watch her.
That's probably the third one I've seen now from her where she just finds an opening and dumps it in.
Yep.
Holt will serve set point, 24-19. Xavier needs a run. Can it start here? Battle at the nets. And that one's down. Even with a point that gets down, there was 3 Titans on the ground going after that one.
Yeah, I didn't even think the first one was up. From up here, it's hard to tell, and they just don't stop fighting to save that ball.
So Xavier got the side out they need. Now they're trying to find 4 points to send us to extras here in set number 1. Brooke Larson battles for the overpass. And there is, you can see Coach Wieland. She stood up right away.
Yeah, back row attack. The setter kind of trying to save it out of the net, and it went over, and not much you can do about it.
Kept alive by Xavier. They need 3 more. Larson will set. That's down in the back row. Plays perfectly by Roenfeld off the set of Brooke Larson. Another assist for Larson. And Lewis Central wins set number 1, 25-21. Big points and a big set for the 6-seeded Titans. We'll come back for set number 2 in a couple of minutes. You're watching the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships, powered by Mid-American Energy on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Back here to Coralville, the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the digital network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. It was Lewis Central that came away with the victory in set number 1 as the 6 seed beats the 3 seed. Again, in volleyball, the nice thing for Cedar Rapids Xavier is you wipe the slate clean here in set number 2. You're looking at the stats. What kind of stood out to you in that first set?
Well, the blocking of Lewis Central late in that game was phenomenal and really affected Xavier's hitters. And I'm sure, it's kind of I wouldn't say a wake-up call. It's not like Xavier isn't ready to play at this, but it is also, you're the higher seed. So I bet they come out of this fired up. And hopefully Lewis Central in return keeps fighting like they are playing, and they're very smart, putting the ball in corners, seeing openings and just going for it.
Celebrating 60 years, Sioux Cup Manufacturing offers decades of quality products from a family-owned business, a winning combination, producing innovative and reliable grain storage and grain handling products. Visit SUKUP.com. Again, that's SiouxCup.com, SUKUP.com. And the other interesting note that the only two ace serves so far in the matchup belong to the Xavier Saints. Lewis Central did pretty good serving there, just didn't find any aces, but they were effective with their serves.
Yeah. I mean, that's good when, two ace serves is good in a set. Not being aced is also good, too, for Xavier.
And who do you go back to when you need a boost right away? As they'll go right back to Fandel. Timmerman, the libero. Oh, we got a volleyball on the court. 2 volleyballs in the court. Timeout. There we go. Timmerman will serve. Erickson will set for Lewis Central. Xavier will set things up. Holt plays it for Lewis Central. And that one's sent long. Lewis Central asking for a touch, no touch. Point to the Saints, and that's what you can ask for. Your coach, Amy Wieland, a couple of points to start things off after losing the first set. Erickson just goes with the center dump there. Garrison will set. And the point will go to Xavier. No, don't. There's a net violation. So the call is a net violation, point to Xavier.
And Ava Turner took a swing at that one. That one was a good middle attack for Xavier.
Oh, a collision, and 4 straight for Xavier, as a collision between Haberman and Erickson, the setter.
Yeah, she was trying to set her, but had to come off the net, and it was hard for her to hit her to get around her.
Oh, what a swing there. Attempt, Lewis Central keeps it alive for a moment. Here comes Larson, but she hits it into the net. 5 straight for Xavier to start off set number 1. Coach Bond up near the court. No timeout.
And Coach Bond said that they've hired a sports psychologist to help them with not only handling the game of volleyball, but just, for their mental health. And and I'm aware of the person that they're using and seeing kind of some of the app that they have and some different tools for these girls. And it really helps them to think positively, even though they're making mistakes, like to get through, a 4-point run.
And as you talk about that, 2 straight now for Lewis Central. Back to within 3. And Lewis Central will continue to serve. And that one's in for the Saints. Vandell finds another one. 6-2 now. Side out for Xavier. Van Berkham is in. That's an IMT substitution. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. And Garrison will serve. Erickson. And that one's a kill for Lewis Central. Strohmeyer One of those seniors you talked about for Lewis Central. Over 200 kills this year for Strohmeyer. Lewis Central took the first set. Trails, though, here in set number 2. Vandell with a big swing on it, blocked out. So the point will go to the Saints.
Vandell had a good run across the front row, I think getting a kill every single swing she had.
And now she's back to serve here for Lewis Central. The jump serve has to be one of the more technically challenging things to do, but also very effective for her this season. I'll let you expand on that here in a moment. As just laid over the net by the 6'2" middle, Ava Turner.
Yeah, it used to be that you'd see a lot more jump serving. Now you see more of the jump float serve. And so girls don't see this a lot. It's got a different spin on it. It's a little more like an attack or a spike.
And Dell with a big attack at that one. What's the advantages? What is she trying to gain then from serving in this way? Just something she learned coming up that she just stays with it? Or
I'm guessing. Sometimes kids will try both serves, and whichever works better for her. But there's advantages and disadvantages. If you can get your feet to the ball for this jump serve, it spins down, and it's a little bit easier to receive, but getting your feet to it is harder. Right. The jump float moves a little bit more. So obviously it works for her. No, absolutely. And she's done a great job with that so far in this matchup, and she's obviously an impressive athlete, and we see the way that she sends that one over. It's just so unique. With everybody kind of has their own style. Some take 3 or 4 steps. Some just stand in place and send it over. It's just more of a comfort thing, I'm sure. Yeah, well, and it's a tough serve to do because you notice how high she tosses it, and she's got to time it just like a hit. But you see somebody like Libby Vandell doing that on the service line, you're a little intimidated.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So if she can serve seams, that makes it really tough for passers to be outside of their body. And yeah, it's an impressive serve. If she can keep getting a run on this serve, that's good for Xavier.
And just right there on cue, she heard us down there. She picks up an ace serve, her 35th ace serve of the season. Our ace serve brought to you by Kruger Seeds. Your local seeds dealer, visit KrugerSeeds.com. And Xavier would like to stay in this rotation for a little bit longer. You have your 6'2" middle. You've got Vandell serving. She can also attack from that back row. And they lead 10-3 in this rotation. Lewis Central, though, keeps this one up and forces Xavier to attack with Vandell from the back row. And she just finds a gap and sends it down. So impressive. Your team is facing adversity when you lose the first set. Big-time players step up in big-time moments.
Yeah, that's for sure. And she's been at this state level in multiple sports and been a leader, and that makes a big difference.
Another point for the Saints. It's going to be a double against Lewis Central. She helped lead Xavier to the volleyball and basketball state titles a year ago.
I'd say that's a pretty good
As
resume.
a sophomore.
Yeah.
Folks, she's just a junior. Here comes Lewis Central. Point for the Titans. A lift is going to be called against Cedar Rapids Xavier. 12-4, and a massive side out there for the Titans as they're going to have to start their comeback now. It'll be Larson who will serve for the Titans, and she has a good serve as well. Received by Xavier. Larson will set, and the set is not quite where she wanted it to come out of her hands, and it'll be a double there for Brooke Larson. She was trying to back set that one to Fedoni.
Yeah, and setters have a tough job. Like, you're deciding what you're going to do while you're running like that. And sometimes I think that has to do with why they double, because they're, they change their mind at the last minute. And
that one's sent long by Lewis Central. So is that, and I'll ask you, obviously, a coach yourself, is that all on the setter then? Is that, something where it's probably a game plan going in from coach-wise, but when it comes down to it, it's all whatever the setter
as to who they want to set?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the coach.
Yeah.
But you hate to tell your setter, you have to set this person at this time. For the most part, it's the setter. They know who their go-to player is, but in each situation, it's hard to set a certain ball. If you force it, you're going to get it like a double or, put your hitter up against a big block. So it's mostly the setter making that decision.
Blocked by Xavier, kept alive by the Saints, and now they'll get an attack. Blocked by Lewis Central. Big block there out of Osdemore. Fedoni was there as well. Fedoni, a multi-sport athlete for Lewis Central. She was a two-time medalist this year at the state track meet. 400 meters, she finished 6th, and she was also on the Lewis Central 4x4 team that finished 8th.
And Fedoni suffered an ankle sprain earlier in the season, and I know Coach said he was working her back into the lineup and trying to make sure she didn't, get hurt again. And so clearly this is the most important time to be healthy.
Strohmeyer with the ace serve there for Lewis Central. And Fedoni also comes from athletic genes as well. Big strike from Lewis Central. Athletic brothers, an All-American tight end at Nebraska. High school All-American, Adidas High School All-American. Now he's the tight end at the University of Nebraska. Came out of Lewis Central a couple of years ago. Kept alive by the Saints momentarily. Probably a good notion to bring up, though. Some people that are maybe watching, we got those viewers that are just watching for some time. It is legal to kick and keep the volleyball alive.
It is. Surprisingly, there are times that kids do it just out of reaction, and it works.
This one kept alive by Lewis Central. And that one is blocked and back down. Point for Lewis Central. Blocked.
That's really what got them going last set, was their block. So exciting for Lewis Central to see that block is, coming back into the game, and I believe this was their server that got them on a decent run.
That one's sent long, and here comes Lewis Central back to within 5, 15-10. Just like that, here come the Titans. Firing right back. Holt will serve. Was the libero Holt that closed things out for Lewis Central in that first set. Larson. The set, the attack is blocked right back to Lewis Central. Holt will just free ball it over. Now it's Xavier who will set up, and they'll fire one in there off the Lewis Central block. Yonker will go back to serve now for Xavier. Her 80th set of the season. Larson bump set across the court and nearly worked out. Not only was it a bump set, but across the court there. Just couldn't quite get it to go.
That's a tough ball to hit, but it almost creeped across the net anyways.
Yeah, sometimes those are ones where off the hands, when those creep over the top of the net, off the hands, we're like, oh, no. And then it creeps right over and it turns into an ace or a point. You're like, oh, yeah, I meant to do that.
Yeah, good job.
It was North Scott defeating ADM on the other court. For the final match of the night right here on court number 2. Right down, straight to the floor.
Wow, great dig by Lewis Central because Fandel, she just swings with authority, and they dug that up and got a good swing out of it. That was impressive.
Maddie Rowenfeld put that one to the floor. No chance to bring that one back. Harrison will set now, and it's time for Xavier to put one straight down to the floor.
You almost got
Rex
your
Rock.
kick play there.
I know. I was going to mention it earlier. I'll bring it back up now that you brought it back, but the most I've seen is 2. It's played twice. A team kind of dug it out with a foot, and then the second hit was also played with a foot.
Oh, jeez.
Did not go over the net with the foot, though.
that would be impressive.
Yeah, I've seen 2. I've seen the first and the second with the foot. I don't want to know their intentions, but I think they were trying. I think they were attempting. Erickson just sends that one over. They kind of all looked at each other afterwards as if it was almost something they were intentionally trying to do. Oh, can she get it in front of the pin? No, just behind.
Good effort.
Yeah, great effort. Of course, our officials right there. It is 20-12, and just like that, Xavier is back in the lead by 8, and Lewis Central wants a timeout. 20-12 in favor of Xavier, trying to knock this game back up at 1 set apiece. Can they do it? We'll find out when we come back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville. This is the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville. It's 20-12 in favor of Cedar Rapids Xavier over Lewis Central. We mentioned North Scott has advanced. They defeated ADM. There's been no upsets so far here in the state volleyball tournament. Clear Creek Amana, the 1 seed, the 4 seed North Scott, they'll play in the semifinals. Indianola, the 2 seed, they advanced as well. And then 1 through 4 all advanced in Class 5A thus far here in Coralville. Tomorrow is Class 3A, 2A, and 1A quarterfinals. We play all the semifinals on Wednesday and all the finals on Thursday. Holt keeps that one alive. Erickson just pushes it over, but it goes long. Erickson tried to find the back corner, but just got a little bit too much of that one. Timmerman will serve, and that's an ace serve. Ace serves are brought to you by Kruger Seeds, and Timmerman finds one there. Your local seeds dealer, visit KrugerSeeds.com. That's KRUGER seed.com. KrugerSeed.com. Erickson will set for Lewis Central. It's the back set and a big block. We talked about it earlier. Fandel, she doesn't just serve well. She doesn't just hit well. She also blocks well. She does about everything they ask her to do.
Yes, she does.
Timmerman will serve. 2 more points for Xavier. Lewis Central says not quite yet as they battle back for a point, 23-13. Long ways to go, though, if you're Lewis Central. Haberman will serve. Ashlyn Haberman, the senior, 5'9". She will serve. And Dell, it's down and in, and we have set point here in set number 2. Right down in front of the official.
That's tough to stop. She just hit right around the block.
Yeah.
In the hole.
Garrison will serve, set points. 24-13. And there it is. It's an ace serve. for Molly Garrison. We talked about her kicking that door open, and she will kick Xavier into set number 3 with a knotted up set score of 1-1 as they win 25-13 over Lewis Central in set number 2. We will go to set 3. We will play at least 4. We'll come back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville for set number 3 right after this.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Being your family's grocery store isn't just about having the best butcher cut meat or the freshest produce. It's not about having the highest quality online shopping or experts who handpick your groceries. And it's not just about giving you the most affordable prices. Being your family's grocery store means making sure that you have all of that. And that's why at Fairway Meat and Grocery, it's what we've always been about.
Back to Coralville, the Extreme Arena. IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. 1-1. We're going to play at least 4. There's already been a couple of 5-setters on this court today, and we've seen a good one so far between Xavier and Lewis Central. You talked about earlier, Lewis Central came out in that first set, looked really good. Looked like they hadn't driven 240 miles today. Xavier really kind of jumped out on them on the second set.
And it's kind of what you expect at the state tournament is to see it, a team answer, that Xavier losing that first set, they're not going to just, say, oh, you guys can have this win. They're going to fight back. And so we expect that. Honestly, all the stats have basically evened out. Both teams, between the two sets, now it's very even on everything. I would say that Xavier's got more ace serves, but Lewis Central has more blocks. But everything else is pretty even. And both playing really clean volleyball. 10 attack errors for Lewis Central and 11 for Xavier. Only a couple missed serves for Xavier and 1 for Lewis Central. So that's, they're controlling what they can control. And they're playing against really tough both sides have great hitters.
The winner of this is on to the state semifinals, something that Xavier obviously did a year ago, winning the state championship in Class 4A. Lewis Central has not been to a semifinal since 2017, the last time they were here. They had 2 semifinals in school history in 2015 and 2017. Again, we're at the regional final in 18, 19, 20, and 21. Back here at the state tournament for the first time since 2017. And they're going to start with an attack error there. Point to Xavier, and the Saints will continue to have momentum here in set number 3. Here come the Saints. And Dell finds one. And Dell with a big swing there in that outside position. Kept alive for a moment for Xavier by Yonker, but it's down for a point for Lewis Central instead to make it 2-1. Side out there for the Titans.
So far, to this point, Libby Fandel has 14 kills on 31 attempts, hitting very effectively, and she's still in the front row. I unfortunately just jinxed her. So she leads all hitters, and then Brooke Larson has 9 kills in 21 attempts for Lewis Central.
And we'll see it. We mentioned a couple of ace serves for Lewis Central. After Xavier's the only one that had ace serves in the first set. Xavier came back, had 4 more, so 6 ace serves total for Xavier in this matchup. 2 ace serves for Lewis Central, both coming in set number 2. Holt. Larson swings. It's blocked off of Xavier and out. And Lewis Central scores 2 in a row.
Kind of a fun story that Coach Holt or Bond told me about Lewis Central was he said this summer they went and they played against some teams in Colorado, and in the morning they would play, and then in the afternoon they would like have fun play, like not volleyball, but and so they went whitewater rafting, and their coach Lori Thomas had never been or was a little bit nervous about whitewater rafting, and she fell in.
Oh, no.
And so the team rescued her, but they always come back to that. They're always like, well, nothing could be as bad as Coach Thomas falling in. And so that's been something that's kind of pulled them together. So I'm sure they're making that joke a little bit, lighten the mood when stuff gets tight here.
Yeah, that's one of those stories where, after a tense set like set number 2 where you're a little bit frustrated, you bring out a story like that and kind of gets everybody to loosen up and laugh a little bit.
Yeah, and after so many timeouts, there's only so much you can say, and a lot of times you're just trying to make them relax.
Yeah. I know that's a big thing in sports, and you talked about how, they've kind of dipped into, some outside help to try to help with that a little bit, which is always good, and no matter what sport you're playing. And that'll be a violation coming against Xavier. Double hit, point to Lewis Central. It's 5-4, just like that.
Well, they're over there on the bench rowing something, so maybe it has something to do with the whitewater rafting story.
It very well could be.
And Coach Thomas is also doing it.
Yeah. Vandell long on that one.
She doesn't miss often.
She does not. A couple here in this set. Other than that, hitting about 500, as you mentioned, so far in this game. And we'll send this one over. It is Roenfeld. Erickson. And there's a kill. Strohmeyer finds that one to make it 7-4. And just like that, Lewis Central fell big in that second set, 25-13. Fell behind 2-0. Have outscored 7-2 here in set number 3 after falling behind. Here come the Titans again. Larson. Garrison will set for Xavier right to Fandel, and she'll send that one down to the floor. Fandel approaching 400 kills this season. Actually at that mark. Coming into the set number 3, had 386 kills coming into the state tournament, so she has reached the 400 kill mark this year. Now she's approaching nearly 20 in this match. From the other side, Xavier will attack with Van Burkham, but it's going to be Lewis Central that ends up with the points. As Brooke Larson finds the kill, the junior, for Lewis Central, and they'll lead by 3.
And Brooke Larson is at 11 kills now. She's having a great game.
Larson had 246 coming into the tournament. He's approaching the 260 mark now. That'll be a point for Xavier. 8-6. Vandell will go back to serve here for Lewis Central. Good serve received well by the Titans. Vandell receives in the back. They're just going to have to free ball it over with the middle Turner. Xavier will attack, but that one sent long, no touch. And the point will go to Lewis Central. Yonker a bit long on that one.
Yeah, and for Lewis Central, they're happy to not have Libby Vandell serving at them, you know, as long as they did that last set.
She broke that set number 2 open. Turner in the middle, just lays it over, and it's down. The pancake attempt for Lewis Central. Strohmeyer, but Turner is so effective in the middle, and now she'll go back to serve. Has 40 blocks this season. Does Turner. Point for Lewis Central, as they're going to say in the net violation against Xavier. Here's Holt. She's the one that's had the big runs serving this game for Lewis Central. Not as much in game 2, but in game 1. That was behind the pin. It'll be a point for Lewis Central.
And Addison Holt, I guess, is a real good top distance runner in the state. So she probably will last if they go 5 sets.
Got to have that endurance. Vandell, Timmerman back to Vandell. Larson for Lewis Central. Larson from the 10-foot, behind the 10-foot volleyball line. And that one is in. Larson with the attack from the back. And she finds the point. Timeout taken by the Xavier Saints. It's 12-7 in favor of Lewis Central. They have battled back here in set 3. We'll see if they can finish it off, or can Xavier make a run. We'll come back. This is the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to Coralville, as you see there's Coach Mike Bond and the Lewis Central Titans breaking the huddle. They lead 12-7 over the Saints of Cedar Rapids. Xavier 1-1 in the game count so far. But Lewis Central trying to win set number 3 after Xavier led 2-0 in this set. And Holt will continue to serve. Again, we talk about Addison Holt. Has had the big runs while she's been serving so far. And that one is sent long by Xavier. And for Holt, it's not that she's doing something all that fancy. She's just getting it over, and sometimes just throwing Xavier out of sync.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you need.
And again, she'll send this one over. And Dell will receive. Garrison will set, and that one again is sent long without a touch. And Xavier a little frustrated. Now it's Coach Whelan's turn to kind of try to calm her troops down a little bit.
This is when you need somebody to hit it in.
Holt will serve. It is 13-7 Titans. They're going to set it up in the middle, and it's down for another kill by Rowenfeld. Larson sets the assist. Rowenfeld the hammer. It's 15-7 Lewis Central. Holt will serve again. All eyes on court number 2 as the rest of the action in the arena has wrapped up. Was there a touch? There was on Holt diving in the back row. Big side out for Cedar Rapids Xavier.
Yeah, I had a feeling they were going to go to Vandell in the back row. She's just she's been there. She knows what to do with it, and she gets the kill and a side out for him.
It'll be Garrison who will serve. Excuse me, that was Rolliner in to serve for Xavier. Sends that one a bit long. And Lewis Central doubles up Xavier now, 16-8 here in set 3. Erickson, the other setter, in the 6-2 rotation for Lewis Central, is in to serve. Block to the net, but it's back down to the Lewis Central side. That block just not quite tight enough to the net there.
Right. They were on their way down, and so they'd pulled their hands back. But also, remember who hit that one. But they slowed their swing up just knowing that they were going to be coming down.
This time the attack is in the net. Point Lewis Central. It is all Lewis Central right now, 17-9. Again, Xavier needs a side out, but they're going to take a timeout instead. It's 17-9. It is the Titans standing strong here in set number 3. We'll come back. More IGHSAU volleyball is next from Coralville.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
There's a look inside the Cedar Rapids Xavier huddle. Trailing 17-9 here in set number 3. My name is Xavier IGHSAU, joined by Molly Geis, then volleyball coach at Roland Story.
And Xavier's coach, Amy Weiland, she's, this is her first year as varsity coach, but she's been there as a player, and she's also won a state championship as a golfer. But she has a lot of great assistant coaches as well that coach at a high level. So, they're doing what they can to get them back in, and that was a good timeout.
Yeah. As you mentioned earlier in the day in another broadcast that me and you were doing, it after that timeout, it's very likely for the team that takes the timeout to come back with the point, and they do right there. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for Coach Wieland.
It's our coaching superpower.
That one is a block and back in, and just like that, back-to-back points for the Saints. They're trying to make the comeback. Too bad you guys don't have more timeouts than per
Yeah, I
set.
know. That's why we only get 2. That's why I always use both if we are down, because we got to give the girls a chance.
Timmerman will serve Erickson. Big strike by Larson. That's going to be a touch on Timmerman and a point for the Titans. Yeah, one of those things, you can't carry them over to the next set, so you might as well use them.
Right.
If it makes sense, though, obviously you don't want to slow the momentum of your team, or you don't want to just use them to use them. But
no, I don't use them if we're ahead.
Service sent long there by Roenfeld. Makes it 18 to 12 now. Still in favor of Lewis Central. Remember, Xavier led 2-0 in this third set after winning the second set 25-13. And Garrison's serve is in the nets. Haven't seen a whole lot of service errors this evening, but that one unable to get over.
No, there really hasn't been. It's like we talked earlier, they're playing great volleyball. It's just both teams are playing real good. Just kind of swings who's got the momentum, though.
Larson will serve. Vandell will attack, and that one takes about every part of the net except for going over.
But Lewis Central is sighing a little bit of relief knowing that Vandell is going to the back row once they get done with her serving. But she will attack from the back row, as we've seen.
Could this be the momentum needed? Oh, it's set long. I'm just going to say, could that be the momentum Xavier needed to make a run here in set number 3 and try to come back and take the wind out of the sails of the Titans?
And you don't want to miss 2 serves in a row, and Xavier just missed their second row. It just makes it about impossible to get that run to get ahead.
Block. Saints will play it. Holt now. Sent by Larson. Oh, what a block. What a block there by Cedar Rapids Xavier. That's Turner, 6'2". She's joined along with Van Berkem, 5'9". Put a monster block up. And now Turner will go back to serve. Pushed over by Fedoni. Holt. Dumped by Larson. Pancake. Larson. Yes. Vandell does a nice job. Turner's got to play it from the back row. She does. Long arm. She's able to really wallop that one over. And the point goes to Lewis Central. It all started with that pancake. They kept it up, and it turns into a point.
Great plays on both sides, but yeah, that pancake was pretty well executed.
21-14. It is Holt who will serve. Lewis Central trying to get to a decisive game 4 with them having the advantage. Xavier would need to win the next 2 if Lewis Central pulls away. It's 22-14. Titans find the point, and again it's Holt. She closed out set number 1 on a long run. Serving, now she's trying to do so here in set number 3 as well. It'll be Holt that will serve. Vandell, Garrison will set. And the point will go to Xavier.
And Holt is Lewis Central's most effective server, or efficient. She's 94% server.
Something we've seen carry over here in the state tournament. A serve for Cedar Rapids Xavier. Rollinger finds it for the Saints when they need it most. Our ace serves are brought to you by Kruger Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit KrugerSeed.com. Rollinger will serve again. Fedoni takes. Now Holt. A chance for Xavier. Larson. The set and attack for the Titans. Larson will set again. This time Fedoni will attack. Block. Block in the middle for Lewis Central. Roenfeld is there. And she finds the big one for Lewis Central. Erickson is in to serve, 23-16. Lewis Central trying to get it to a game 4 where it's decisive in their favor. Trying to take down the defending state champions. Kept alive by the Saints. Erickson will set. Pushed over by Larson, who's now hitting for Lewis Central. And Larson can't get to that one. She ended up on the other side of the net. Point for the Saints, 23-17. This Lewis Central team just has a bunch of good hitters too. Just don't know where it's going to go. That one's sent long by Larson. Larson can swing well. We've seen a lot of her. Roenfeld swings well. Strohmeyer has over 200 kills. Haberman has over 150 kills. Timeout. Lewis Central will take it as well. 23-18. Titans use one of their timeouts and we'll come back. Can they finish off set number 4? You're watching the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to Coralville, the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Coach Mike Bond and the Titans of Lewis Central break the huddle, needing just 2 points to send their team to a Game 4 with the advantage. So if you're a Saints fan, a lot of horses on that team. Don't count them out in this set. Don't count them out if this set doesn't go their way. Erickson will set. Block, but it's blocked out, and it is set points for Lewis Central, 24-18. Titans have set point. It'll be served by number 5, Haverman. Haverman's serve goes a bit long. And Xavier will continue hope. Now they get the side out. Now you got to serve 5 straight with Timmerman. Taken by Holt. Erickson. Over by Larson. Vandell with a great attack, but an even better up by Holt. And it turns into a Lewis Central set win. Holt has made another incredible play from the back row.
That was impressive. That was a tough swing.
Man, oh man, what a swing. What a better up there by.
And liberos, they don't get their name read all the time, but man, without them, you don't win big games like this. And she's phenomenal. And the back row play of Lewis Central has been dominating.
Just great. They'll need it again in set 4, and we come back. This is the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Well, it's being the right place at the right time. And you know, this is true in history with a lot of things.
Agriculture, where it's a moving dynamics out there, you have to have somebody that drives out to their farm and still worries about whether it's rained or what the grain price is, or climb up in the grain bin and make sure that everything's working like it's supposed to.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Back to Coralville, the Extreme Arena, part of the Iowa River Landing District here. And you look all around here in Coralville, everything is pink around the Iowa River Landing District. You've got the pink shirt on. I went with the pink tie today. And it is the Lewis Central Titans trying to advance on to play on this pink and black court one more time, at least in the semifinals, as they're trying to defeat the Xavier Saints. Taking a look at our stats here going into this one. What jumps out at you?
Well, and over the whole night, 2 points separates the two teams. So it's very close, and Lewis Central has 2 more kills than Xavier does. Hitting efficiency for Lewis Central is higher because they're also blocking, which is causing errors on Xavier's side. Digs, you know, we were talking about Holt for Lewis Central and just the whole entire back row. They're doing such a good job, and that makes it hard to get a kill for Xavier. But again, the blocks 8-3. Lewis Central dominating in that aspect.
Big time matches. Xavier has been a part of a ton of them in volleyball, in basketball, and everything else they've done. You got to think they're up to the challenge of winning 2 straight here.
Oh, yeah, I would, like you said earlier, not count them out.
Especially when you've got a couple of those arms. You've got Turner, who stands in the middle. Of course, we talked about Yonker and Timmerman and Garrison and Fandel, all of them. And they start with the first points.
And for them to win this set, they're going to lean heavily on Fandel, but they need, like you said, there are others to step up, and I expect that will happen.
Pushed over by Lewis Central. Here comes Xavier. They're just going to free ball. Lewis Central have a chance. Erickson's going to set it and miss. Just down the line. Point for Xavier. Xavier's not lost to a 4A school yet this year. They are 3-0 against 4A competition. Big block. Just like that, the Saints lead 3-0. This is what happened in set 2. Xavier came out and scored all those points at the beginning of set 2. And just like that, they're up 3-0 here in set number 4 after losing set 3.
You know, in talking to Coach Weiland, she told me a turning point of their season was they played Iowa City Liberty and lost their first set pretty bad, 25-12. And she said the turning point was that they came out and they kept their heads high and they won the next set, and they ended up winning that night 3-1. And then they've only lost 2 sets since then until today. And so that talks about a lot of the mental part of the game, that you have to be mentally tough in volleyball and not let, a tough loss like 25-12 keep you down for the entire night.
3-2 now as Lewis Central takes the first points there. Here's an attack by Fandel, and that one is going to go long. And I mentioned earlier, I was talking about 4A tournament field teams. Marion, North Scott were the 3 games they had against 4A tournament field teams earlier this year. Won all 3 of those. 4-2. They will set Fandel. And it's out. Point for Lewis Central, and just like that, Lewis Central weathered that opening storm by Cedar Rapids Xavier, and here they come. Back to within 1. Garrison pushed over by Turner. Good job by Timmerman, but an overpass right back into the right arm of Strohmeyer, and she knows what to do with that one. Straight back down to the floor. Touch against Xavier. And we'll see a serve once again for the Titans. Fandel finds the back row. 5-4. Fandel, this is their rotation where they want to try to make some moves here and get on that scoreboard. They lead by 1.
Pass.
Touch on Lewis Central.
And Yonker saw that open line shot and succeeded with it. She needs to catch on fire here for Xavier to take this set.
Erickson. It's in. Point for Lewis Central. Makes it 6-5. Fedoni is in. That's an IMT substitution. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Xavier got to go over. They do. Holt for the Titans. Blocked right back to the back row, and there's a lot of space for that block to land to the floor.
Yeah, Turner's done that twice now. Gotten a block and runs back to serve. She wants to get ahead.
Big serve there by Turner. Lewis Central unable to return it. She can really send that one over. Long arms from Turner. Does well in the middle of the blocks. Mentioned over 40 of them this year, but also helps her get some momentum with those serves. And that one's blocked out. Xavier on a little bit of a run now with Turner serving.
Yeah, and that was a good swing for Rexroth. Again, need to, like we talked earlier, need to see more from players like her and Yonker, and then they are stepping up. So, different ball game.
Timeout, Lewis Central, 9-5. Xavier leads in a must-win set. We'll take it as well. We'll come back. This is the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the digital network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. There's the Lewis Central huddle as they break it on our way back. You see the scoreboard there. Xavier leads in this set, but Lewis Central leads in the match, winning sets 1 and 3. A lopsided win for Xavier in set 2. 25-13. Larson with a swing from the back row. That thing ended 5 rows deep in the stands on the far side. What a swing. And it's not like it's 5 rows deep in your local high school gym either. A lot of space for that one to go. 5 rows deep inside the Extreme Arena bleachers on the far side. What a swing there for Lewis Central. That one hit the pin. And will be a point for the Saints. Off the block.
Yeah, I think I hit the pin off the block.
Yep. One thing that keeps the games going, you see the balls bouncing there in the lower part of your screen. The young lady wearing the pink shirt there. Some different schools not involved in the tournament have their volleyball teams here helping as ball girls. They've done a great job to help keep the tournament rolling. That one runs long. Each of the girls on the far ends, as you see one walking up on the left lower corner of your screen. She's got a new volleyball and she'll hand it off to the server. There's another girl opposite her on the far side of the court with a volleyball to give it to Xavier when they're serving. Helps to keep things moving thanks to those awesome girls. That one blocked out. Make it 11-7. And Yonker will go back to serve. This one's set for Fedoni. She'll send it over. Back the other way. Vandell, it gets right back off a block, and Xavier again. This time will have to come via a free ball. Larson sets it, and what a kill again by Roenfeld. Lewis Central trying to battle back here in this set 4. They win set 4. They're off to the semifinals. They fall here in set 4. We will play a set 5 for a third time on court number 2 today. Erickson will set. That one's sent over. And a bit long by Xavier. Rexroth. And Erickson will go back to serve. She'll get the serving assignment from the bench. Vandell, a big one there.
Wow, she's effective. And probably not as effective today with the back row play of Lewis Central.
Yeah.
But 20 kills, if mine is updated.
I mentioned she was reaching close to that 20 kill mark. She does have 23 kills. 23 kills, 10 digs.
Lewis Central asking for a touch there, and I feel like I might have seen that, but I was looking up and down. But
conversation between the R2 and Coach Bond, and then
we don't have that live, the instant replay, and it's hard to see it all. So they're doing their best job.
They are. Larson came over to try to plead her case too, and the official did not want to entertain that conversation. That one blocked back down. Point for Xavier, 14-9. Timmerman sends this one over. Erickson right back down to the floor for Roenfeld.
Brooke Larson reached out and high-fived her coach, basically gave him confirmation, like, we got this, coach. Don't worry, I know you're mad, but, and then they get a side out.
14-10, Xavier leads. And it's an ace serve. Just like that, they get the side out, they come back with the ace. Ace serves in today's match are brought to you by Kruger Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit KrugerSeeds.com, Kruger Seed.com. After the ace serve, Haverman will serve once again. Turner. Back row play again by Holtz. Larson tried to just float that one over, didn't get enough on it. Comes right back at her. But to your point earlier, the back row play for Lewis Central has been so good. It's actually, stealing kills away from Vandell. She could be close to 30 kills in this match.
Yeah, it really is.
She has 23 so far tonight, and she's been robbed of at least quite a few. Robbed by that Lewis Central back row. That time a big swing by Strohmeyer. Point will go to Lewis Central.
Strohmeyer's up to 9 kills. Roenfeld 9 kills.
Larson has 15 kills and leads the way for Lewis Central. Oh, what a swing.
Wow.
Vandell finds her 24th kill of the match.
They're giving Vandell a slice of the line, and she swings and gets that.
It's one of those things where you do everything right as a defender, and you're still not right.
Right.
Oh, what a swing that time. Big swing out of the arm of Strohmeyer. She's now in double digits, her 10th kill of the match. Larson has 15 kills. She's back to serve. Sends this one long. Xavier with the point makes it 17-13. Again, Xavier must win this set. As Ava Turner is back to serve. She went on a little bit of a long serving streak earlier. Last time her serve rotated to the back. But they'll side out right away, and it's Strohmeyer that will serve for Lewis Central. 17-14. 3-point lead for Xavier. They must win. Lewis Central trying to go to the state semifinals for the first time since 2017. Larson just feeds it over. Here's Timmerman. She'll bump set it. Battle at the net. Oh, collision, but kept alive. No, it's going to be 4. Actually, it's going to go down, but would have been 4 had they played it again. 17-15, Lewis Central. They don't want to go to a 5. They know they've played volleyball long enough that
Right.
you know once you get to a 5, and you know as a coach, once you get to 5, you can wipe the slate clean. It's
much easier to fight back and win this set for them than to go 5 and win that one.
Holt will play it. Larson will set. In the middle, it's played by Xavier. Larson will set. Haverman sends it over. Taken now by Lewis Central. Haverman with a big swing.
That was a big swing. That's the biggest one I've seen her take.
Haverman's had some kills in this one, but yeah, as you mentioned, that's Haverman's 6th kill of the game. As you mentioned, the first time we've seen her really give a swing on that one. Maybe some extra motivation for Lewis Central, who are back to within 1. It's 17-16. We'll take a break. We come back. More of set number 4 from Coralville, the Extreme Arena, the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships after this.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here to the Extreme Arena in Coralville. Zernega Stahl, Molly Geis with you as we are in set number 4 and what has been an entertaining matchup here between the 6-seeded Lewis Central, who leads the 3-seeded defending state champion Xavier Saints, who are the 3-seed. Lewis Central crowd trying to get some hype back into their team as they will serve. You know, it's one of those things where earlier in the day, of course, as the night goes on. You know, we all are human. As the night goes on, you get like that. And I know the crowds are still trying to help the girls feed off some of that crowd energy. Lewis Central will play this one all the way back at the net, and they keep it alive. Another great backline play for Lewis Central. Can it turn into a point? Or will Xavier say not today? Xavier says not today, as they'll find the kill with Van Berkham. Point for the Saints, 18-16. Rollinger will go back to serve for Xavier. She's got an ace serve in this one. Fedoni, Rollinger keeps it alive. Here comes an attack. We've got a whistle.
Yep.
In the net.
Yep, I saw it.
Lewis Central was in the net. Xavier now leads by 3. It's a race to 25. Timeout on the floor. The race to 25. It is Xavier 19, Lewis Central 16. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. More of set number 4 after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to Coralville, the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. And we have quite the matchup here in Class 4A, as it is Lewis Central, the 6th seed. They're trying to advance to the state semifinals. Xavier trying to defend their title, but they got to win 2 straight sets, including finish this one off to do so, to continue that title streak alive. And it is down for a kill, a big one for the Saints. Yonker right down Broadway with that one. 2016. Rollinger will continue to serve. Larson just dumps that one over. Looked like she was going to backset. I thought she was going to backset to Fedoni. I think that's what she was trying to give off. Instead, she just dumps it over. She'll do so again. Here comes Xavier. And that one's down. Rexroth with the kill, and it's 21-16 Xavier. Xavier says, don't count us out just yet. Substitution brought to you by IMT. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Madison Jones wears number 11. She is in, the junior for Lewis Central. They'll keep it alive. Ooh. A sliding set there by Larson. Max difficulty. But it's going to be a Xavier point. Yonker finds the kill. It's 22-16. Rollinger, she's had the run here for Xavier. Has an ace already in this match. Was looking for another one. Oh, man. We talked about haven't seen the power out of Haberman yet, but in this set, we've seen 2 power smashes for Haberman.
Yeah, you can see that she wants it, and like we talked about earlier, too, some of those seniors have been on varsity for 4 years straight. In their first year here, they want to keep going.
Timmerman will receive the serve. Holt will play it for Lewis Central. Haberman again. Another kill for Haberman. Here comes Lewis Central. It's 22-18. Timeout on the floor, called by Xavier. Everybody wants to talk about it. Now Xavier wants to take a timeout. It's 22-18, a must-win set for Xavier. An advancing set for Lewis Central. Who will pull it down? We'll find out when we come back to Coralville, the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here to the Extreme Arena in Coralville, there's a great look at this beautiful court. Pink and black looks so good as it pops with these two teams. Similar colors. They've got the navy blue rocking for Holt, the libero for Lewis Central, the navy blue for Xavier Saints as well. There's an attack. Who's going to battle for it at the net? Xavier wins the battle at the net. The point goes in favor of Rexroth. And Xavier now just 2 points away from sending us to 5. Again, we've played 5 on, this is the 4th match of the day on this court. 2 of the other ones. This would be the 3rd of the 4th. That would go to 5. If Xavier can pull down the win. Vandell, she's trying to do it. It's out. Set point for Xavier. Trying to send us to 5.
Great dig by Stomeyer, but Xavier's on a mission.
Larson will set. Haberman swings. It's out off of Xavier, and the point goes to Lewis Central. Don't count out Lewis Central just yet. They're going to try to fight back. 24-19, they got to score 5 straight after the side out. Erickson will do the serving. They'll set to Fandel. Not able to get it over. Blocked, excuse me. Blocked there by Lewis Central. Such a good block.
Big block. She hasn't been blocked too many times today, actually. Blocked it on her side. Maybe twice.
Vandell again. Taken by Holt. Erickson. Haberman. It's out. Off of Lewis Central. Or pardon me, off of Xavier. Xavier not happy about it. I think they thought that was straight in the net and back, right?
Right.
But it's blocked.
Hoped it was.
Yeah, they hoped it was. Of course, The great officials we have, they're right there on the net. They can see everything. Point for Lewis Central. And it will go to...
Xavier just needs that 1 point, but sometimes that 1 point is so hard to get.
And Lewis Central now is 2 points away from sending us to extra points here. In this set, Timmerman just has to free ball it. Pancake, Holt again with a great play. Haberman, no, Xavier wins. Holt was able to get it up. They were unable to keep the streak alive, and we will head to a game number 5. 25-22 is the win for Xavier in set number 4. It was Lewis Central winning the first set, Xavier winning the second set, Lewis Central in the third, Xavier in the fourth. Who will be the first team to win 2 straight sets? Or actually, Xavier's the only one that can win 2 straight sets. They will need to win it all in set number 5. We'll come right back. IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
This is our son, Sebastian. In 2021, he took half a pill he didn't know was counterfeit.
That tiny pill contained enough fentanyl to kill him almost instantly. Kids buy them on social media and share them with their friends, not realizing how dangerous they are.
Please talk to your kids about not taking anything that's not directly prescribed to them.
Our child will never get to grow up, but we want yours to be able to.
There's an overview of the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships. Final game of the day. It will come down to this. First, maybe 15. We've seen such a back and forth battle between these two teams. Haven't seen any extra points in either of the sets so far, but we will play at least to 15 here. What's the advice as a coach with your teams going into set number 5? What are you telling the girls right now?
Well, you just want to go with what is working right now, and it changes throughout the game, so they've got to talk about that and use what is working. So sometimes a cross-court shot might be somebody's go-to, but that's not working, but line is, or the donut in the middle, or using your middles, or taking out the other team's setter by hitting the ball to them so then they can't use their middles. Just a lot of different philosophies, but you try not to overload them with information. You're going to give them one of those things, or a lot of times it's just keep doing what you're doing, and just play with guts.
The only anomaly in this match was that second set, 25-13 in favor of Xavier. Otherwise, it's all been tight, 25-21, 25-19, 25-22 in that final set between these two teams. And for Lewis Central, obviously you got to get in front of Fandel, and if you're Xavier, go back to what's been working for you and try to get Fandel to carry you to the semifinals.
And 2 points is what differentiates the two teams right now. They're both playing great volleyball. 1 kill difference between the two. It's just very, very similar play by both. And, it's going to be a fun 5th set.
It indeed will be. Winner take all, game number 5. The winner has a date in the state semifinals, which will come up on Wednesday. They'll play right back here on this same court at 12:25 on Wednesday against Indianola, who beat Marion in a 3-2 battle. And that was a matchup that was very similar. Marion took the first set in that matchup over Indianola, and they went back and forth, and then it was the Indianola Indians, the 2 seed, who persevered in the 5th set. Can the higher seed, the Xavier Saints, defending 4A champions, can they do that here as well? Little Megan Trainer to get everybody fired up for this 5th set being piped through here in the arena, and it'll be Erickson who will lead things off. Runs for either team are crucial here in this best of 15. And Larson starts with the first one.
That was a tough ball to hit like that. That was impressive.
16th kill for Larson. Erickson will continue to serve. Vandell sends it long. And just like that, Lewis Central leads 2-0. If you're Xavier, you need a side out fairly shortly. Erickson will serve. Vandell, can she find the point? No, Erickson's there. Holt, Haberman is into the net. There's the side out that Xavier needed. And Timmerman will be the one that will serve for Cedar Rapids Xavier. Erickson. Larson. Taken by the Saints. Here comes Vandell, and she's blocked. Rare that she gets blocked there, but she does, and it's straight back down to the floor, and a point for Lewis Central. They lead 3-1.
It's kind of what Lewis Central feeds off of it, and that's where they have led in this match is their blocking.
Vandell pushes it over. Back to Vandell again. Can they save it off the wall? No. Once you get back to that curtain, that is out, and they couldn't quite get there.
And good for Vandell. She got blocked, and then she tipped the next ball, but then she went back to swinging. And that's how you're going to win this ball game, is by being aggressive, but also playing smart.
Garrison will serve. And into the net. Well, you can call about anything there. I think the ball got the antenna. Erickson is in the net. Either way, it's a point for Xavier, and it's 3-3. Tough play for Erickson trying to dig that one out of the net. Garrison will serve. This time, they are able to dig it out. Larson just pushes it to the back row. Xavier will play it. Vandell hammers it. Holt got there, but unable to get it back up. And that was a rocket off the arm of Holt in the dig attempt on Vandell. The outstanding All-Stater as a sophomore a year ago. Straight down. Big kill for Xavier. And here come the Saints. They lead by 2 as Van Berkom finds it. Timeout taken by Lewis Central. It's 5-3. Xavier leading over the Titans of Lewis Central. We'll come back. More high school volleyball. The IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to Coralville, the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, our network powered by Mid-American Energy Company. It has been an awesome day of high school volleyball here on the network. 8 of 8 games being played between the two courts. Long day tomorrow. We'll play 3A, 2A, and 1A quarterfinals, but not until 4A wraps up here on Monday evening. That's sent long on the attack by Strohmeyer. And it's now 6-3 Xavier. And we'll see a serve coming by Garrison. Larson. They'll have to go over. Garrison will back set. And right there is Turner. Hard to stop that with Turner right up front. She'll just put that one to the floor. Over 100 kills this year for Turner up front. And Lewis Central, now they're needing a side out. 7-3 is the lead. Larson, they get the side out they needed.
She puts that right on the line. She's had several shots right at the libero, which is very good for Xavier. And yeah, it's just a really tough shot.
17th kill of the night for Brooke Larson. Has 12 digs as well. Is the other setter in the 6-2 for Lewis Central, along with Erickson, who's in setting right now for Lewis Central. Xavier leads 8-4 though. Vandell will bring out that jump serve. She has been unstoppable with it, and she finds an ace serve right when they needed it. Vandell on cue finds the ace serve for Cedar Rapids Xavier. Timeout Titans, 9-4 Xavier. Trying to punch their ticket back to the state semifinals to defend their title. Leading 9-4. We'll come back. This is the IGHSAU Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to Coralville, the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Court number 2 has been the 5-set court today. 3 of the 4 matches going to 5, including this one. It is 9-4 in favor of Cedar Rapids Xavier, and it is the All-Star Junior on her way to a second straight All-State nomination again this year, should be, as Brooke Larson will send that one down. And
just calling her in the net.
In the net. Okay, in the net for Larson, so it's another point for Xavier. And it's now 10-4. And Vandell not only trying to make a bid at another All-State nomination this year, but she's making an early case for they can get back to the semifinals or finals, making a case to at least get back on the All-Tournament team. 27 kills in this match, but there's a big side out for Lewis Central. Brooke Larson will go back to serve. 27 kills, 11 digs for Vandell in this one. Larson also has had a great night. 17 kills, 12 digs, and 17 assists. Big block, Turner. Oh, man. And with the block, Turner will go back to serve. Seems like every time, I know you mentioned it earlier, every time Turner has a big block or maybe a spike up front, a slam dunk, it's been her that goes back to serve next. 11-5, Xavier, and 8-4 to return to the semifinals. Taken by Larson. Here's Holt. Attack by Larson. And that one's sent long by Xavier. And Lewis Central gets the point back. Now they need a big run.
They do. They need 3-4 points here for sure.
It'll be Strohmeyer. Garrison will set. They find a second one. They get the side out. There's a point, and Coach Whelan not going to take any chances. As you mentioned, you have the timeouts. Let's use the timeouts. Coach Whelan will use one here. It's 11-7 in favor of Xavier. We'll come back for more of set number 5 in this Class 4A quarterfinal. Right after this is the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to Coralville, the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. As we go late into the hours, though, to the girls, this is a normal night. I mean, we're moving more into the 9 o'clock hour now, so we're getting a little bit abnormal, but, you know, this 7 o'clock start, it was supposed to be 6:25, pushed back to 7, kind of more of a normal night.
Yep.
They have that feeling. Lewis Central made the 240-mile trip across the state for this one today, trying to advance to the state semifinals for the first time since 2017. They found 3 in a row. They got the side out, now 2 straight. It's 11-8.
And the point after a timeout, that's pretty big too.
Back to within 3. How close can Lewis Central climb? Garrison will set. They're back to within 2 on a big block. Up front by Fedoni.
This whole night has just been separated by a point here or there. So close.
Yeah.
I mean, it can go either way here.
The only anomaly was that second set, 25-13 in favor of Xavier. Otherwise, it's been back and forth.
Oof.
Here comes Xavier. Holt takes from the back row. Larson.
Oh.
Haverman with another big swing, but it's taken by Xavier. We've got a whistle. Point to Lewis Central. A double is going to be called.
I think maybe, did they call her in the net?
I thought I saw him put 2 fingers up as if he was calling a double.
Replay.
No, they're going to call a replay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think there is a double possible there, if that's what they called. I didn't see.
Okay. I thought that's what I saw him signal, but
it actually hit off, I think, Rexroth's head or
so they're going to call. So they're going to call a replay, and now Lewis Central sends their captain over as Strohmeyer wants an explanation. Strohmeyer is going to bring that explanation back to Coach Bond, who Coach Bond has already been upset earlier in this match, and now he is once again upset.
I think maybe the conversation is it hit her head. Did she contact it twice?
And so Strohmeyer is going to get what Coach Bond wants to say from Coach Bond. Now she's going to run over and talk to our R1. So that's how things are signaled in volleyball as the captain Strohmeyer gets the information from Coach Bond, runs over to the R1. She gets that information back from the R1 and now brings it back over to Coach Bond. He gets an explanation. I'm not sure it's the one he wanted.
Right.
And here we go. We're going to do a replay. 11-9. Service. Taken by Lewis Central. By Xavier. Holt. Larson. Haverman. That's in the pin. There's no argument about that one. That one went straight to the pin, and it's a point for Xavier. So it'll be a side out for Xavier. Rollinger is in, and she will serve. 12-9. Great serve. Holt is able to take it, dumped over by Larson. Holt pushed over by Haverman. Again, Holt will dig in the back row. Fedoni, free balls. Big attack by Fandel, but she sends it long, and it's 12-10. Xavier back to just a 2-point lead as Lewis Central has climbed back again. And here's Holt
Yeah, here she is, yep.
How many runs has Holt sent her team on this year? The most effective server on the team for Lewis Central. And again, Xavier upset. They thought there was a touch. And it's 12-11. Again, Holt will have a long serve. Now Xavier wants to come over and talk with the R1 as Garrison has that conversation. And here we go, it's 12-11. Holt has been the long run server tonight for Lewis Central. Holt will keep it alive. Larson. Haberman sends that one long. And now Xavier is just 2 points away, and they will serve. They will serve with Jonker. Jonker, 36 ace serves this season. Taken by Lewis Central. Larson will set. Haberman sends it over. Cannot be played by Xavier. It's 13-12. Xavier, Lewis Central, that's what they needed, was to not let Xavier get to 14. And now timeout on the floor. Taken by Xavier. Both teams have used both their timeouts. We will come back to play the rest of set number 5. No timeouts remaining for either team. It's 13-12. Xavier trying to defend their Class 4A state title. Lewis Central trying to go to the semifinals for the first since 2017. We'll come right back.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Set number 5, the 6th-seeded Lewis Central Titans, trailing 13-12 to the 3-seeded defending Class 4A state champion Xavier Saints. Erickson will serve. Kept alive. And we're tied at 13. Strohmeyer finds the attack, her 12th.
There was a time in this set that if you didn't know volleyball, you'd think like Lewis Central might be out of this, and here we are tied at 13.
This might be the most crucial point of the game. And Fandel sends it long without a touch, and Lewis Central has come all the way back to have set and match points. And Erickson will serve. Can they pull the upset and stun the 4A defending champions? Erickson will take. Here's Holtz. Haberman will just send it over. Xavier has a chance. Fandel. We're tied at 14. When you need a big point, you go right back to your workhorse. It is kill number 28 for Libby Fandel.
Any team would love to have a Libby Fandel on their team. Wow.
28 kills in this matchup. We're tied 14. Who's going to get the advantage? Lewis Central floats it over. Larson takes. Holt now will bump set. Haberman sends it over. Turner, it's in.
Big swing for her. Just gets the line.
Turner brings that one down, and now it's advantage Lewis Central. Xavier. Now they have set and match point, trying to go to the semifinals to defend their title. Timmerman will serve. Erickson will set. Pushed over by Roenfeld. Here comes Fandel. It's out. We're tied at 15.
I'm nervous, and I don't even care who wins this game.
Yeah, you have that feeling, don't you?
Like I want them both to win.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. You get that feeling in your stomach. You're nervous for both teams. It has been a fun 5-set matchup, and we are not done yet. Somebody's got to win 2 straight points. Fandel. Lewis Central with the advantage.
It's the right idea for Fandel to come over with that, but just timing was a little off. It was outside her reach, I think, a little bit more than she thought.
Second set and match point for Lewis Central. 16-15. Haberman serves. Garrison will just dump it over. They'll set. Attack. Larson. She does it. Larson sends her team to the state semifinals for the first time since 2017. And Lewis Central has taken down the Xavier Saints in the state quarterfinals.
Impressive play by both teams, wow, but
man, oh man, what a matchup we saw there. We went 5, we went extra in 5. 17-15, Lewis Central is off to the state semifinals by defeating the Xavier Saints in 5 sets. We'll go downstairs for the award ceremony.
Tonight's final score presented by Fairway. Lewis Central defeats Cedar Rapids Xavier 3-2. Fans, please direct your attention to the court for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving their team trophy, each participating player will receive a medallion in commemorative volleyball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union are Gary Ross and Ben Van Wyck. Congratulations to head coach Amy Wieland and the Saints from Cedar Rapids Xavier on an outstanding 2023 volleyball season. And now, Brooke Larson from Lewis Central will advance her team on the bracket to the semifinal round. Lewis Central fans, your team advances to the semifinals and will play Indianola on Wednesday, November 1st at 12:25 p.m. right back here on court number 2.
For Lewis Central, task accomplished. Mentioned coming into today, it only played 2 state tournament teams all year long. 5A, Ankeny Centennial, 2A, Hinton, and they showed why they are such a good volleyball team here tonight, winning this one in 5.
Yeah, what a great match. And, you know, they've only lost 2 times this year, and they showed that they know how to win.
Well, that'll wrap up day number 1 of the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships. The only upset bracket-wise was Lewis Central winning the 6-3 game here in Class 4A. Tomorrow's the busiest day. We have 3A, 2A, and 1A quarterfinals for you all right here, free to you on the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Thanks to everybody that made this broadcast possible. Randy was on camera. Devin was our director. Molly Geis, the color commentator. My name is Xavier. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow from the Extreme Arena in Coralville.